Hi lovelies and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. All right, lovelies, let's dive into
Please, I
this
came
video.
across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I found it super interesting. I decided to, of course, to bring it up here for us to actually dialogue on it, where there's, Pankolan and Hispanic people actually came for black women, trying to make them feel that they are actually the problems of the society or the world. And I was just able to put up some of the stitches. I'm just gonna roll it. Please leave me your own thoughts and let's
I don't know about y'all, but I am sick and fucking tired of everything in this world being dictated by what white people think and how they fucking feel. Because how are you going to tell me that black women are the #1 consumers of most things, but businesses and marketing teams don't market to black women because they think black women are ghetto, nasty, nappy-headed hoes who have 3, 4, 5 baby daddies, and they think that marketing to black women diminishes their image as a brand? The same black women that are putting money in their pockets. And I'm not making this shit up. I finally saw a black creator last night who works in marketing say the quiet part out loud. These businesses don't market to us because they think that the average black person is ghetto and fucking poor. And then on the flip side, the ones that do market to black women have little to no black people working for them, or the black people that do work for them, they treat like fucking shit. The reason why we don't get black leads in fucking films is because white people feel like they cannot relate to black characters. The story could literally have nothing to do with race. Simply just put a black girl on the screen as the romantic lead and it takes white people out. White people only associate black people with their struggle, which is why when they put black characters on screen simply just existing, white people feel like they can't fucking relate, because white people do not see us as human beings. They do not see us as multifaceted, multidimensional human beings. That's why we don't get fucking black leads. Monoracial, non-racially ambiguous, non-light-skinned, Afrocentric featured black women. Or when we do get cast as fucking romantic leads like Francesca, who's playing Juliet in the West End production of Romeo and Juliet, the fucking vitriol that I have seen that girl receive actually fucking disgusts me. The amount of people that I've seen compare that girl to a man, compare her to an animal, or just straight up say that they think she's fucking ugly. Why the fuck do you think that you feel that way? Because white people have convinced everyone in the fucking world that monoracial Afrocentric features are unfucking attractive. How is it that black women are one of the most educated group of people in this country, yet almost across every single field they are paid less than their non-black counterparts, people who they're most likely more educated than? I saw this video a couple months ago by this creator. I don't know her name, but if you know Clark and follow Clark, who I love, she's made a couple of videos with her. She's really light-skinned. She wears her hair in like this straight bob, and I remember coming across a video of hers where she was replying to a comment that was asking her why she has stopped her natural hair journey, because apparently she had been wearing her hair natural, working on her curls, things like that. And her response basically was that she noticed that her engagement went down and that TikTok wasn't pushing her videos as much since she started wearing her natural curls out. And that, honestly, that was probably the first time where I saw something that actually made me feel discouraged, because I never would have thought that something as simple as how my hair grows out of my head could be the reason why my content isn't getting pushed and why I don't have as much engagement as other content creators who are doing something similar to what I'm doing. It's just so infuriating to think of how much is stacked against black women that we know and that we don't fucking know about. And for me, it's like, am I expected to do this for the rest of my life? Because I know I am not going to spend the rest of my life trying to prove to white people that I'm the good black, that I am not this inflated stereotype of a black person that they refuse to fucking let go of. Non-black women will never know how dehumanizing it is for at every turn to be told how unrelatable you are, how undesirable you are, how unmarketable you are, how everything you fucking are on a daily fucking basis. And what's even more insane, they hate us, but they love to imitate us because they love everything about black women on non-black bodies. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like this conversation around pay discrepancy between black creators and non-black creators is just like really getting to me. Because for me, it's like, how long do we have to fight this fight? I know we cannot be expected to fight this fight for the rest of our fucking lives, because I'm already fucking exhausted. All these barriers, all these obstacles, not because I'm a bad person, not because I have a bad character, not because I've done bad things, but because I'm black. Like, are we being so fucking for real? Honestly, it becomes more and more insane to me every fucking day.
It is abundantly clear that you don't truly realize what your comment says about you. So without TikTok, having earnest conversations with black women wasn't an option for you. Building community with black women wasn't an option for you. You simply utilized proximity at work, in the neighborhood, etc. as enough diversity for you. You never paid any attention to our existence. You never paid any attention to how you interacted with us. And being on TikTok, you got a chance to see and hear for yourself. And that removing the curtain and exposing the Wizard of Oz was too much for you. And accountability for yourself and your sisterhood was too much for you. And you're taking it as hate. Now I noticed that you utilize the term reverse racism, which is foolishness at best. Because if you reverse something, what are you doing? Take a moment to think. We black women discussing our experiences with white women is not a form of racism. We holding you accountable and calling you out for your problematic actions and verbiage is not racism. You choosing to ignore our existence until you search for entertainment online and you assume that that entertainment is going to come in the form of a feminine black face. That's not our problem. Because this comment does not reek of deconstruction or searching out edification. It reeks of you find your entertainment through black women, so you sought us out, and what you received wasn't entertaining. So now you're butthurt. You came to this app for us to be your Negro, and when you found out that we are not, you are now in shambles. Sucks to be you. Truly sucks to be you. He is a threat. I am not shocked by this pre-primary school level of thinking. Your cranial capacity is below the Earth's core. The power dynamic that is involved in the definition of racism is systemic power, not singular power in a position within a company, not perceived power by being a member of Congress. See, you decided to leap into a conversation that the gray matter betwixt your ears is not equipped to handle. But your ego that is fueled by your white privilege won't let you back down and receive the edification that you so fervently need. It is clear to the rest of us that your intellectual growth was stunted long ago and replaced with the ease of racial indoctrination, because it taught you that your mediocrity was all you needed. Didn't take any energy, didn't take any effort. Now, repetitively in this comment section, you keep talking about people being there as if they're waging war on you, yet you are there to respond to each and every comment, further proving yourself to be an example of an annoying Alabaster Annabelle. Now, your community's desire for individualism is shining bright within you, because it is showing us that you have no friends or family to call you in to get you to stop embarrassing yourself in a manner that will be eternally attached to you via your digital footprint. And as for the threat that you feel was handed down to you, attempting to invoke that default damsel in distress bat signal will not save you from your own utter ignorance. Now, I suggest you tap into a dictionary and find yourself some tutelage and begin your deconstruction. Because this that you're doing, the reaching, the stretching, the fighting for your life, it's got to be painful, especially for someone so remedial as yourself. And finally, you shouldn't request that someone be taught anything until you can show yourself to be a suitable, a formidable student yourself. You say this to the Jewish community when they discuss the Holocaust? Also, this comment just shows how black-centered you all are. That your focus is on just attempting to gaslight the black diaspora. Because you never heard of MMIW? You've never heard of Land Back? You haven't seen them working on legislation regarding getting clean water, reclaiming their sacred land. You haven't seen their very public discourse regarding blood quantum? You haven't seen them discussing the $5 Indian rule? They are loud. They are working diligently to right the wrongs committed against them. They are boisterous in protecting their community. Hell, they have to scream for you not to wear their regalia, their culture as costumes, and to not sexualize them. So, sorry not sorry that you are choosing to let all of us know that above all you fervently hate black people and you pay no attention to anyone but yourself.
White women, have you heard this question being asked by black women?
Would they rather be in a boardroom with a white man or a white woman, and they're choosing white man? The creators, Portia, White Woman Whisperer, and a few more have been having this discussion, and it's been kind of controversial. One of their pages, actually, maybe a couple, have gotten demonetized and taken down as a result. But as I'm thinking about it, something really hit me. One of the creators had a video about how white women's tears are dangerous, and this is because, in their point of view and in their explanation, when a white woman cries, it can activate the violence of white men. I've been processing this a lot. As I've been processing it, I remembered and thought about the story of Emmett Till. And when I have heard that story, out of all the people involved, out of all the violence and all the horror, there's one person that has always made my blood run cold, and that is the woman who lied about Emmett. The white woman who claimed that she was in danger or that she was offended or whatever by Emmett. Maybe it's because the violence of the men didn't surprise me or has happened a lot, and the deception of this woman did surprise me and did seem so insidious and so dangerous and so scary. She broke this norm that I feel like we all have, this underlying value of protecting a child. She broke that in order to call into action the violence of her partner. Whether she was trying to make him jealous or whatever the theories are. I mean, there's a lot of theories about why she would have done it. Maybe she felt unsafe from him as well. Whatever it was, that has always been the scariest part of that story for me, and the most disgusting part of that story, and the most surreal, just chilling part of that story. So then, in a very small way, it makes sense now. That is scarier. That thought of a woman betraying that trust is scarier to me as well. Maybe that's a tiny part of what they're feeling. And so I guess what I'm just saying is processing this, thinking about it, and realizing that I have the same reaction in some small way can help it make sense and not be offensive. Like, these lessons come little by little for me. They have, at least. In grad school, I had a similar lesson where there were 2 black women in our cohort, in all of our classes. And we had a racism and social justice and cultural class. And one of these women had to actually say, I do not want to be the poster child for my race. I do not want to be the spokesperson. It's too much work. It's too exhausting. And just hearing that was the first time I had heard that concept. And it made sense to me as a religious minority. I also didn't want to be the voice for my religion, you know? And so being able to put it in perspective and not, I guess, just think it through and think, what can I take from this? And how can I learn a lesson from this and be less of a burden on other people and be more of a true advocate and ally, not just in word, has been a growth process for a long time for me. So this is just a new step on that. Hopefully that they have this totally different experience that I will never have, that I can choose to understand, at least choose to digest and make sense of, even if it doesn't resonate right away. Letting it just kind of sit and bounce around in my head has really helped me bring more understanding to it. Letting it just kind of simmer as I listen to more information and not react right away with emotion has been helpful for me. And just taking the time to believe them that this is actually their take on it, they're not just trying to be mean to us, is super important. Like, seriously, Lovelace, it's so ironical that the same black women that is devalued that is talked down, that have been said to all of the horrible things too, have decided, when they decide to actually do something, create something for themselves, the same people that discriminated against a black woman, the same people that have refused to market a product to a black woman, or because he or she feel that these people are all low class and maybe they cannot buy such a product from ours and all of that, so let's just market it to those people that we believe there is no ghetto. The same people that will still not want you as a black woman to actually patronize them will still be very upset. They will be 100% upset when they see the same black woman trying to build something in her own safe places. Like, I want to use a video that I staged during this Euphoria thing as a contest. So during this Euphoria thing, that they actually made a brand, produced some kind of foundation of a thing, and because black women have been complaining of how these people, these companies and all of that, don't put them in mind or don't put them into consideration before trying to produce anything, the complaints and all of that on internet and all of that. This Euphoria decided to produce a paint, a black paint, which they called a foundation, a black paint that was not able to match any black model, to show you the thing or the story behind the creation of this black paint, which they called a foundation. So this actually trended a lot on TikTok and all over social media. It was all a trend, which I actually reacted to it. Not only that, another one which happened, I think it's Given Network, who hired a black marketer, after which they become so discriminatory against her, or because they feel that she's going to excel in that field. They felt so jealous, and they decided to relieve her of her duties, which she came out to actually tell her stories. Those things were just all trending on TikTok, and oh my god, those Korean Asian companies and all of that, how they treat black women and how they devalue and treat us like shit and all of that. Then comes a black lady who decided to own a brand. Like, she opened a jewelry brand that is specifically, like, it is actually not specifically meant for a black woman, but she opened that brand for black women, because it's all about some kind of African, different, some kind of art design, African designs of any kinds of jewelry. I actually stitched her video. I even put her handle so that we can all go and support her and all of that. Like, when this lady launched this brand, and she was like, my African queens, we have our brand right now. And she actually made it open to other people to patronize her. But when you're building something, you have some specific kind of people in mind while you're building such a thing. She have black women specifically in mind. And even apart from her, there are other brands, other hair care products, other beauty product that is owned by black women, which we need to just find, even if I know they are small, but we can still support. But this specifically women that opened a jewelry brand and all of that got a backlash from pan-colored women. She got a backlash from pan-colored women in her comment section. They were bashing her, that she's being discriminatory, that, oh my god, why would she now say that it's only for black women? She was like, I never said that it's only like you are not meant to shop at if you're not a black woman. That is strictly, it's not strictly for black women, but she made it having black women in mind. But any other person can purchase it. It's all African acts, African jewelry made designs and all of that. But still, they were still bashing her that she's now being racist, that she's now being discriminatory, that she's now all of, like, they came for her and her brand, and because she made something that is suitable for black women. And I was like, what do you people want? You people have brands that you can't even market to these women. And these women decided to accept their fate and thought of opening their own brand, no matter how small it is. And you guys still have a problem with that. What kind of human being is this? I was just asking myself, what does these people want? Like, they don't even want black women to exist or what? You can market a brand for them. You can market something that is suitable for them. But when they want to do it on their own, you call them out of being discriminatory. You call them out of being racist, like reverse. I don't understand all of this. This also, happened in is it Fearless Fund? Yeah. There's a company that's owned by some group of black women, Fearless Fund. You can just check them out on TikTok or maybe Google or whatever. It's an NGO. It is called Fearless Fund. There, you have an ability as a black woman or any POC woman or a small business owner, but it's strictly, for black and, people of color, women and men that want to open a business. They made it because of what? Because these big financial institutions will not want to give access for black women to acquire some small loan to start up a business or to even push their business. And this Women Fearless Fund decided to create something like that to help their community. And this blum of a man that's tried or remove affirmative action, have a problem with that, calling it a discriminatory organization because they didn't involve pan-colored women. These people you're talking about are people that if they want to receive any kind of loan in any financial institution, they don't have a problem with that. But these are the people that I don't just understand. And now some people will question, why is it that black people are so angry? Why are they so bitter? Why are they blah, blah, blah? These are all the reasons. These are all the reasons. When people are doing something, nobody is talking, nobody is complaining. We are just accepting it. Black women are just, okay, no problem. But immediately black women want to do something for themselves, it becomes a problem. A lot of name callings, a lot of commentaries. Like, seriously, lovelies. This is just the problem the society has. This is just why things are not going to be normal. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or we're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next
Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.